How's it, guys? Welcome to one of our online sessions. Today we're going to do a bit of a high intensity program, and what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a warm-up. Our warm-up is going to be small circles going forward for about 15 to 20 seconds. Once you've hit 15 to 20 seconds, you're going to get slightly bigger, and then when you're getting to the last 20 seconds of your minute, you're going to make bigger circles. After your minute, you're going to do the same thing but backwards, small circles for 20 seconds, bigger circles for 20 seconds, and finishing off with big circles going backwards at the end of your minute. As soon as you finish your circles, we're going to do an imaginary shoulder press upwards, coming down to squeeze the shoulder blades together, really activating the back and keeping those shoulders warm from those circles that we just did. So it's going to be shoulder press up, coming back down, squeezing the scapula, and up and down. This you can do for about 30 seconds, and we'll move into the next warm-up. The next warm-up is going to keep the shoulders nice and warm, and get the hamstrings nice and warm as well. We're going to do hamstring walkouts. So what you can do is you can keep your legs nice and straight, activate the core quite nicely, belly button towards the spine, and you're just going to walk out nice and slowly. Once you're nice and straight, you can go back, making sure that you don't get a bend in the knee and really stretch those hamstrings out quite nicely. For the last warm-up, we're going to do side lunges. That should get the inner hamstring, parts of the groin, activate the glutes, get everything nice and warm in the lower body. So you can do a side lunge, really hold it there for a couple of seconds, feel that stretch in the hamstring, in the groin, activating your glute on the left-hand side, coming up to the center and other way in. This you can do about 5 each side, doing 10 in total. Awesome, that's the warm-up. Okay guys, for the workout part of the session, we've got 4 strength exercises. We're going to do a push-up, a squat into a toe press, a body weight Romanian deadlift, single leg, and then a push-up rotation at the end. But between each 4 of these exercises, we've got a set of burpees. We're going to be doing 10 reps on everything, so 10 reps for the push-ups, 10 reps burpees, 10 reps squat into toe press, and so on. So to start the session, we're going to start off with push-ups. The push-ups are going to be hands just wider than shoulder width apart, coming down nicely, keeping the core nice and tight, getting the nose quite close to the ground, and straight up. We're going to be working in 10 reps per exercise, and then we move on to the set of burpees. The burpees, now that we've pre-exhausted the chest, you're going to get down into a squat, kick out, push up, and straight up off the toes. After that, after the burpees, we've got the squat into toe press. So you're going to give me a normal squat, from there up onto the toes, activating the calves quite nicely. After your squat into toe press, again, back into the burpee, squat, kick out, push up, and straight up into the air. Pushing off the toes, activating those calves. For the next movement, we've got the single leg body weight Romanian deadlift. So I like to stand on one leg, lift the other leg off, and keeping the back nice and straight, core nice and tight, reaching as far as you can until you get a good stretch at the back of the leg. You're going to do 10 reps on your right hand side, and you're going to do 10 reps on your left. So keeping all the balance on one leg, core nice and tight, leaning forward, getting a good stretch in the hamstring, and straight back up again. After you've done your single leg Romanian deadlifts, we're going straight into burpees again. So it's into your squat, down, push up, and straight up off the toes. For the last movement, we've got a push up into a rotation. This movement is going to do exactly what the push up does, but we're going to be activating a lot more core stabilizing muscles, as well as stabilizers in the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. So for this movement, same position as the push-up. You're going to go down, give me a push-up, straight up, and open the chest. Getting a good stretch across the chest quite nicely. Down, straight up, and stretch. You're going to do 10 push-ups, giving me a stretch on each side, so it'll be 5 push-up rotations on each side. To end off the session, just going to do a bit of stretching. To start off, we're going to stretch our glutes because we've made the hips and the legs work quite a bit in the session. What you can do for me is try and get your heel as close to your opposite hip as possible, and then grab the knee, hugging it to the opposite shoulder. This should activate the glutes very, very, very well. If you don't feel a good stretch, what you can do is either hug tighter or sit upright, making sure your back is nice and straight, and that will get a very nice stretch in the glutes. You're going to hold each side for 30 seconds, and you're going to do 3 rounds each, just to really, really get it nice and stretched. Make sure that the blood is going into that area, transporting all the nutrients and things. Right, after you've done your glutes, we're going to do the hips themselves. So, similar movement, back nice and straight. You're going to get your ankle onto your opposite knee or onto your opposite leg. You're going to put your one hand underneath your ankle and one hand on top of the knee, pushing down with the hand on the knee and lifting up with the hand underneath the ankle. This should activate more in the hip than it does the glute or anything else. Yeah, and again, holding for 30 seconds for 3 rounds each. All right. For the next stretch, we're going to move into the glute, into the quads, and all you can do for me is grabbing your ankle, pulling it close to your glutes as far as possible, and pushing the toes down towards the ground. This will force your quads to stretch, as well as some parts of the hip flexor over here. Alright, you're going to do both legs. Again, 30 seconds each, 3 rounds on each leg, and after you've done your quads, we're going to go into shoulders. For the shoulders, just going to pull one arm across the body, try and get it parallel to the ground, so don't hold it at a certain angle. Make sure that it's really parallel to the ground, pulling across nice and tightly. You should feel a good stretch in the rear delts at the back of the shoulders. Again, 3 rounds of 30 seconds each arm, and then we'll move into the chest stretch. So with your chest, it would be nice if you have a wall or a door or anything like that. But what you can do is you can put your arm at a 90-degree angle against the wall or on the door, and all you're going to do is apply pressure, forcing the elbow and the arm to stay in line with the wall, and you're going to rotate your body, getting a great stretch on each side. 3 sets, 30 seconds each. Have a good one.